Hello and good evening. Can you hear me? Okay, hello and good evening. Today is our fifth class, and we will have another 3 classes together, and then maybe 2 weeks gap that you can prepare your proposal. Also, I want to say before I start my presentation that regarding No.05 holiday, so the classes will not be held from 18 to 28th of March. It means 10 days from 18 to 28th of March. And of course, we should have a replacement for this class after Nowruz holiday. So can you hear me? Everything is clear? Mr. Nawabi, Mr. Aziz, Mr. Nur Muhammad, can you hear me? Everything is clear? All right. Okay, so please be informed that 18 to 28th of March we will not have any classes, all right? And then I will revise the schedule that I gave to you at the beginning of the semester, because of this holiday I should revise it, and then again I send to you the date of proposal session and final session, defense final session, okay? So for today, okay, for today, the outline of today's presentation is overview about the business research process, getting a project started. Most of the time, I put this material to overview the research in outline and in the presentation. And the new lessons for today is about research design, research choices, research strategies, time horizon, research purpose, and good dissertation. So as an overview for the business research process, as we talked about it before, step 1 is defining the problem. Step 2 is developing an approach to the problem. And step 3 means formulating a research design. And step 4, doing field work or collecting the data. So step 1, step 2, and step 3, meaning defining the problem, developing an approach, and formulating a research design, all can be part of chapter 1 and 2 and 3. And about step 4, doing field work or collecting data, it is very clear. It's about collecting data, maybe in chapter 4. It depends on your thesis, that how you want to divide the chapters. But it should be in the chapter of data analyzing and collecting the data, sorry. And then next step, step 5, is the part of analyzing the data. And of course, the last one, step 6, is preparing and presenting the report, meaning the whole write-up of your thesis, including research problem, research design, collecting data, analyzing data, conclusion, recommendation and suggestion, and all of them. And then the whole write-up. So again, overview, getting a project started. First, identify a topic or area of interest. Okay. So I think most of you passed this item. I mean, now you have a topic and we finalize your topic together. So the first step is identify a topic or area of interest. I think done. The next one is a key transition is form topic to question. Now I ask you to prepare your research proposal that includes research question, research objective, and problem statement. So for next time, after defining your topic, you should write about research question and change your topic to the question and research objective and problem statement. So it means that identify puzzle in literature, and you should read about your thesis, about your topic, that you can find a question, suitable question, and should be able to state question in 1 or 2 sentences, not too long sentences. And also, 1 paragraph cannot be a research question. Research question should be very clear and short. And clearly define the purpose of the project. It means research objective. And once you have a question, you need hypothesis about the answer. And then if your research is explanatory, that I will explain to you by this presentation later. So you should find some hypothesis for your research. And then hypothesis meaning that the expectation of the answer of your question, research question. So you have some research question, and maybe you expect that what the answer will be. All right? This means hypothesis of your research. Oh. All right. So as an overview, also we can say that we have a theory, and from theory to hypothesis. Last session, or maybe previous class, we talk about inductive and deductive approach of research. So we have deduction and induction here. Again, I put it. It means that you have theory. You come from general to the specific thing, or you go from the specific to the general. And this means that you choose which of them, deduction or induction, deductive approach or inductive approach. So both of them need theory, but it depends on the nature of your research. Maybe first you can, by the literature review, you can find the theory that all the research can be based on this theory, or no, maybe you cannot find special theory, main theory for your research. So after you do the literature review, so you should go and collect the data and analyze it, and maybe after that you propose the model or theory. That means it's not from the first of the research. It means appear maybe in the middle of your research or after analyzing the data. So all of them depends on your research, that how you want to manage it, and how what is your question of your research, and then how you want to connect this question to the objective of your research, and what is the problem statement of your research, and things like this. So maybe induction, we have induction, or maybe deduction, or sometimes we have both. Okay, about research design. Another topic for today is about research design. So research design is a master plan that specifies the method and procedure for collecting and analyzing needed information. So if you remember, last class we talked about conceptual framework. So conceptual framework cover a whole thesis. We thought that in the conceptual framework, we should talk about what we want, what we do in our research. We should talk about the variable, and we should talk about the connection, a relationship between the variable, and everything should be clear in the conceptual framework. If someone look at the conceptual framework of our study, should understand that this research is about what, and what is the question, what is the problem, and what's the expectation of the result, and how this research will be done, which method, and how the procedure, scientific procedure, will be followed up by the researcher. All of them should be specifying the conceptual framework. But about research design, we just focus on the master plan that specifies the method and collecting the data and analyzing the data. So I can say that in some view, the research design is some part of conceptual framework, but in the details, because it focuses a lot about the method and procedure of collecting and analyzing the data. All right. I have one question in the chat box. Let me see. About RQ, that should be 1 or 2 sentences, but you please talk about the balance data. Okay, Mr. Nawabi asked that I said that RQ should be 1 or 2 sentences. And then he continued that, would you please talk about the problem statement? All right, problem statement, maybe you can put it in 1 paragraph or 2 paragraphs. It doesn't matter that it should be in 1 or 2 sentences. No, like it's not like this. The problem statement is different with research question. Research question, when I want to see the research question, so I should see, for example, 3 questions, 4 questions with number 1, number 2, number 3. So it should be very clear and short. But problem statement, maybe you write about 2 pages or 1 page about problem statement of your research. So you don't put the number, okay? No need the numbering for problem statement, and it can be short or it can be in 1 or 2 pages, doesn't matter. How long it should be? Okay, all right. Got it? Is it clear now? And the best way that you can get idea about all of these material that I give you in the presentation, that you find one whole research or whole thesis, okay, as a sample, and look at the pages, look at the content of the research, that how is it done, okay? When you see some sample, then you can get idea that how is the problem statement, how is the research question, how is the research objective. So I ask my students that always they print out some research, some thesis that's related to their topic, and read the whole of it, because it is very useful and it can help you so much. Yes, as example. Or you ask, could you send? Okay, Mr. Aziz, it's good if you find yourself, because I have some thesis sample, maybe, I don't know. Because most of the thesis I have from a student, I don't know, I can share with you or no, all right? But when you go and surfing in the web, you can find sample thesis or research, and you find the master thesis, because the PhD thesis, they are too long, more than 200 pages maybe. It's not, if you find the PhD thesis, so you can go to the table of content and see that only see the part of research questions, research objective, and for example, method that they use. Don't read all the details. Just pick up some important point that you need at this stage, because at this stage you should only familiar with chapter 1, maybe chapter 3, some part of chapter 3, like this. And then you can get the idea. If I find any thesis that it's not for the student of WWS or some other person that I should get the permission from, then I will share with you. I will email to you, all right? But I'm not sure that I have or no. I should check. But if you didn't, if you will not receive the email as a research sample or thesis sample, you can find and through the web. And another thing that can help you, it's about defense session I think when you come to the defense session, you can see that the student, how the student do their work. So this is another good experience for you if you can attend the defense session. I think we passed 3 of them. We have another 2. All right. Any other questions? Okay. For research design, we have defined the information needed. So design the exploratory, descriptive, or casual phases of the research. So these are the 3 types of research design that we will talk about it in later slides. Today is our topic. So the process of research design is research choices, research strategies, and time horizon. So if we want to know about the process of research design, that how can we propose the research design and put it in our thesis, we should talk about research choices, research strategies, and time horizon that we will explain about them. The research design needs also clear objectives derived from the research question. So always I told you that the research objective and research question are the 2 sides of one mirror. So they should be reflective of each other. So our research objective should be derived, should be included, should be come from the research question. If we can do this, it means we can have a design, research design as well. And to specify source of data collection, of course, we should know that what is our data collection sources, and to consider concentrate and ethical issues. This is a limitation of our research, and of course, all of us should be careful about ethical issues. And valid reason for your choice of design. This is another important thing, that why do you want to do this research as this design, all right? So we talk about research design as a classification, all right, here. If we want to talk about classification of research purpose or research design, it's exploratory research, descriptive studies, and explanatory studies. So these are the 3 main type of research purpose or research design that always you can see during the thesis, that the researcher or author mentioned that which method they use. So we will explain. Okay, about exploration, it means generally not sufficient for dissertation project. Maybe we can use exploration and description together, but also we have some thesis or research that they only use exploration. Some of them is description, and some of them is explanation. The difference between these, if I want to tell you as a summary, exploration thesis is a thesis that there is something before, all right? For example, there is some theory, there is some research, there is some hypotheses that they justify via the other researcher, okay? And then now you want to explore it. It means you want to make some changes, you want to do it as a new way, but there is something. Still, there is something. For example, there is some theory between 3 variables. Now you want to change and revise this theory with 4 variables, or for example, that no need 3 variables, only with 2 variables we can do this, or you can put some moderator between the variables, something like this. If you want to do the research based on the theory and research that have done before, but you want only make some changes, it means you exploration. It's explanation, not exploration. It's explanation, the last one. and you want to explain something, okay? But if you want something, if you want to do something new, that means there isn't any exact information about this. It means you want to explore it. So your method will be exploration. If I want to give you an example, for example, you want, because I have one student last sem, previous semester, that he wants to do some research about SMEs in Afghanistan, small and medium enterprises. And then he told me that there is no specific definition for SMEs in Afghanistan. So, because most of the countries have some definition for SMEs in terms of number of employees and in terms of value added and turnover in the company. Okay, so, but he said that there is no definition in SMEs in Afghanistan yet, and it is very new concept. So, if the student wants to do, for example, something about SMEs issues, for example, internationalization of SMEs in Afghanistan or globalization of SMEs in Afghanistan or whatever issues that related to SMEs. So they should do the exploration study, explore something, because there is no previous information or thesis or research about it. This is the new one. And there is no specific theory about the SME internationalization SMEs in Afghanistan. So they should propose their model, their theory, based on their data collection and data analysis. But for example, if you want, for example, to talk about outsourcing in Afghanistan, so there are many idea about outsourcing, and outsourcing definition is same everywhere. So you want to, for example, examine the theory and the discussion, the models about outsourcing in other countries, now in Afghanistan. So just you want to change the scope of your study, because no study in Afghanistan done about outsourcing, so you want to do it. So it's something like explanation, because there is something about outsourcing before. You just want to make it changes. So this is the difference between exploration and explanation. And description, it is like as the meaning of the word. So it is let me give you in this slide. All right. I'm so sorry. Give me a few minutes. I will come back to the class. Okay, just review this slide. I will come back. Sorry, something urgent happened to me. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. Sorry for interruption. Okay. Any question up to here? No question? Okay. Mr. Miachel, I think. You can go. No problem. If you don't feel well, you can go, and then I will send the slides to you, and you can overview. And if you have any question, and then ask me via email. Okay. Okay. All right. No problem. You can stay. So about description research. So I talk about exploratory and explanatory. And about description or descriptive research, I can say that it is about if you want to describe some phenomena and you want to answer the what question, WAT. So if you want to answer the question that start with what or how, so it means that you want to follow the descriptive research. So exploratory research to gain ideas and insight, of course, because when you explore something, when you do the exploratory research, it means that after that you explored your model or your theory, so you gain ideas and insight about it. About descriptive research to obtain summary measures to address research questions, research objectives are clearly defined. So, of course, for descriptive research, the role of research question is very important and it's very crucial because you want to describe the answer of the research question, okay? And then a casual research, it is a cause and effect research, connection between managerial decision and market outcome. So maybe if you love business and marketing, it is very common that we use cause and effect. It means casual research because we want to connect the manager decision and market outcome. Again, about exploratory, we can say that usually conducted during the initial stage of research process. Maybe sometimes we see the thesis that first they start with exploratory. It means they explore something and then they continue with descriptive or explanation method. So all of them is possible. Maybe you can use mix or maybe you can only use one of these research design. And purposes of exploratory research to narrow the scope of the research topic and to transform ambiguous problem into the well-defined one. So in exploratory, you should define your problem statement very well, okay? So in descriptive, the role of research question is very important. For exploratory, of course, a research question also important, but problem statement is very crucial because you want to transfer this problem statement in the way that you can explore something new. So it is very important. Again, for exploratory research techniques, we can say that you can use it secondary data analysis. Secondary data, it means that data which are collected and analyzed before, for example, in previous projects or previous research, okay? And also you can use a pilot study in exploratory because you want to explore something new. Maybe first you do the pilot study. It means you do the research as a sample and then generalize it, okay? And then for pilot study, also you can use a focus group interview and the projective technique. That means you can question and then get the answer and then test it and go to the find the problem statement. So about exploratory, again, we can say case study and experience survey, all of them is possible. For case study, it means that we talk about case study, I think, in previous class, that we just focus on one or few, 1, 2, 3, or only few situations that they are similar to our situation of the study, and then focus on them and narrow down to them and get the idea from this case study and then generalize to the whole research that we choose. For example, if you want, because today I give you example SMEs. So if, for example, you want to see how is innovation or competitiveness in SMEs in Afghanistan. So maybe you choose some case study, you choose some SME, and then between these you can get the idea that how is the innovation and competitiveness for SMEs in comparison with large, for example, large-scale corporations. And experience surveys, it means that individuals who are knowledge about the particular research problem are questioned. So for experience surveys, you choose some person that you think they are suitable, they are knowledgeable, or they have some experience regarding to your research question, your thesis, and then you choose them, and then ask your question. Your questionnaire. Spread out your questionnaire between them, and ask them the question, and then the answer of the questionnaire that develop with these people can be your experience survey. Okay, I have another question in chat box. Could you explain about making interview? So what do you mean interview? You want to know about what kind of interview, or which question exactly about interview, Mr. Aziz? Interview, okay, as a whole, I can tell you. If you use, for example, qualitative data analysis, so you can use interview method. So you can see the people that you think that they are, interview for collecting data, of course. Interview is one method for collecting the data. So, and then interview got many types, for example, structure interview, unstructured, formal, informal, a grouping interview or individual interview, that I will talk about interview in, I think, next class, or maybe another class, next class. I'm not sure, but we will talk about different type of interview for one of the method of data collection. So is it okay for you now, or you need more information? Okay. Okay. So for descriptive research, if we want to say more information about descriptive research, again, I put this slide. That descriptive research, as I told you, is examine who, what, when, where, why, and how question. So when you describe something, you want to answer the question who, what, when, where, why, and how, all right? And the other thing, it means that describe attitude, perception, characteristic, activity, and situation. So all of them possible. If you want to describe activity, you want to describe situation or perception or characteristic. So all of them possible when you use the descriptive research. And for casual research, provides evidence that a cause of an effect that I talked about. And then relationship exists or does not exist. And premise is that something, an independent variable, directly influence the behavior of something else dependent variable. All right. For casual research, you have two variables, dependent variable and independent variable, okay? And then there is a relationship, there's a connection between independent variable and variable and dependent and independent variable. So cause and effect, it talks about a relationship between the variable. So, for example, if you want to examine one theory, so you should see that this theory has a variable, and what kind of variables it has, variable independent or dependent. And if you talk only about the relationship about this variable in your theory, it means you want to do casual research. It means that you don't want to explore something, or you want to do the new thing. No, just you want to talk about the relationship between the variables, focus on it and examine them, maybe explanatory, and revise this relationship. But don't do the whole thing. It's not new. And again, for a descriptive, you can say build on previous information, show relationship between variables. Here also again, representative sample require, structure research plan require substantial resources, conclusive findings. So all of these research design that I taught, it means exploratory, explanatory, and descriptive, are conclusive because they at the end you come to the new conclusion. Okay. So we say that if you want to know the process of research design, you should know about research strategies, research choices, and time horizon. So about research choices, we talk. Research choices is divided to three categories: exploratory, explanatory, and descriptive. Now about research strategies. Okay. Okay, Mr. Aziz, you asked me about a structure plan. A structure plan in interview, you mean? Or previous slide, which one? Previous slide. Okay. Yeah, in this term, it means a structure research plan. It means that you have a structure. It means that you have conceptual framework. You have something, a structure. You have some plan before you want to start your research. All of the research that, I mean, that the research that we do in this academic area, it should be a structure, all right? It's not something a new view. A structured research plan, meaning that you should have a schedule and structure for your research. The meaning is same as the word meaning. Nothing something new. Okay, for research strategy, we have experiment, we have grounded theory, we have ethnography, action research, survey, case study, archival research. That we talk about survey and case study, and maybe we explain about the rest in this class. For example, experiment. An experiment will involve definition of a theoretical hypothesis. So it means that you have some hypotheses, that is hypothesis based on the main theory, selection of sample from now population, and then you should do the sampling, and random allocation of sample. The method of sampling is random because we talk about the sampling and data collection in future, okay? Introduction of plan intervention, measurement, control of other variables. Yes, we will talk about this later. Just know that experiment is one of the research strategies. Survey also, we talk about it. So popular in business research. Survey is very it's very common research strategy in field of business because most of the time we spread out the questionnaire and collect the data via survey, okay? And because of this method it can be under quantitative. Because if you want to use quantitative methodology, so you should use the survey. And then from the data collecting via the survey, then you have the analysis by some software like SPSS or AMOS or other available software. So about case study, we can say that provide a rich understanding of real life context because a case study is real thing. You, for example, choose some company or organization that they exist and they're working, and then examine it and can understand that what's happening in this company and in this organization, and exactly ask them about the research question of your question of your research, and then they whatever they answer, so it means they are real, and they because they work in the real world. And so case study, the point for case study is that the understanding of this is very easy because it is real. And we have different case study. For example, we have single case versus multiple case. We have holistic case and embedded case. That now we will talk about them. Yin and Steg talk about the exploratory and explanatory and descriptive research, and also they give us the category for different case study. Okay, so if you see about research methodology, if you want to search anything about research methodology, most of the time when you find a researcher, when you find the thesis or research about research methodology, you can see the name of Yin and Steg, because they are two famous people that most of their writing it's about research methodology. So for exploratory, explanatory, descriptive, about research method, about different type of case study, all of these two authors done many things. So now back to the different type of case study. Okay, so I put example here that it is easy for you to understand different type of case study. So the sample is about cancer surgery, and so if we want to see the single holistic case of one woman or a single group of 3-year-old woman facing cancer surgery, but remember that you also have to take into consideration the content. So are you going to look woman environment because it is unique or extreme? So this the above is the idea of yin that I mentioned that it's very famous for case study category. Okay, now the example I think here, single case with embedded unit. So if we go to here, previous slide. Okay, we have single case, we have multiple case, and holistic case and embedded case. So remember these four type of these four type of case study. All right. Now back to the slide. So if we are interested in looking at the same issue, but now we are interred by the different decision made by women attending different clinic with one hospital, then a holistic case study with embedded unit will enable the researcher to explore the case. Okay. I don't know, you want to read the slide first, then I explain to you, because when you read, you can get the idea. So 1 minute you read this slide, then I will explain to you. Read the single case with embedded unit. Are you reading now? Now, our case study is about the woman, a 30-year-old woman, okay, that they face cancer surgery. Okay, that we want to know, okay, how they will face and reaction for this problem. Okay, so the case is a woman that they have cancer and they want to do surgery cancer, and they are 3 years old, 30 years old. All right. So if we just focus on this group of women, it means women at this age with this problem, in different clinic of one hospital. Okay, it means that just we do the case study in one hospital, but different clinic of the hospital. So it means that we choose the single case with embedded unit. All right, It means that single case, because our case is only these women in one hospital, for example, hospital A, but different clinic, okay? So it means single case with embedded unit. Now, multiple case study, okay. Multiple case study, it means that if we do this case study with this group of women, not only in one hospital, in different hospitals, okay? So that means multiple case study. So the different, it depends on the scope of your study. It depends on you that which effect is necessary for your research. This effect is good for you if just focus on one hospital with different clinics. So you should choose this one. You should choose single case with embedded unit. But if you want to see in a wider view, so you can choose multiple case study, meaning that different hospitals, but the same group. The group is same. Women 30 years old with cancer surgery. So this two type of case study is clear. Is there any question? Okay. Okay, for action research, as you remember, the other type of research strategies is action research. So action research it means that research in action, not on action. So involve participants in the research. The researchers become part of the organization, promote change within the organization. Can we have two distinct positions? All right. I think most of you do the action research. Why? Because your research or your thesis is about the organization that you work now. Okay. So, for example, the student who works in agriculture department, so they choose the thesis based on agriculture issues proposed in Afghanistan now, different plan that government has or different policy that now available for agriculture issues in Afghanistan. So it means that you do something that you as a researcher are participate in this research. Why? Because it is about your organization. So one of the, for example, person who fill up the form can be you, okay? So it means that action research. It means that something that now in action, okay? This is very important. It means that something now in action, not on action. Okay. So I think most of the time the student for this class for WWS, I receive the researcher that they are action research because they do something for their organization or company that they work. Ethnography, I don't think that we focus on ethnography. Archival also, it is very clear that it is about the record and document that available for previous researcher, previous people who do something, okay, and then you go and see all these archive, and then from this archive, and when you see all of these thesis and research, get the new idea and come to the new research. So all of the things that you want to do is based on the previous one. So here also we can see that we have mixed method or multi-method, qualitative, quantitative, and yes, that's all. This is the research choice that you can choose one of them or you can mix of them. If you remember about research choice that today we talk about them, all right, exploratory, explanatory, and descriptive. So you can use one of them or you can mix. And also you can use qualitative and quantitative, one of them or mix of them. So for process of the research design, we talk about three parts. research strategies, research choices, and time horizon. Okay, for time horizon, about research strategies and research choices we talk. Now we want to talk about time horizon as as a third part of the research design. So it divides to two parts: cross-sectional studies and longitudinal studies. So what is the difference? If you do the longitudinal design, okay, it means that, for example, in time T1, you have a sample survey, and again, you do this survey with the same sample at T2. It means at another time, okay? But a cross-sectional and design is not at the same time, but it's a different time, okay? And maybe the sample is not same. So if you want to make a comparison between these two, cross-sectional and longitudinal, all right? So we say that detecting changes for, okay, the position of longitudinal is better in terms of accuracy, amount of data collection, and detecting changes. So accuracy, if you want to do something in more accurate things, so you should do the longitude. And the position of cross-sectional is better in terms of responsiveness and response bias. Of course, when you do in a cross-sectional, so responsiveness is better because it's not for different times. So credibility of research finding, important consideration. Finally, if you do all of this finding research, okay, you come to the analyzing and all of them done. So you should think about reliability, validity, generalizability, and logic leaps and false assumption. Okay, so when you come to the end, if you have wrong hypothesis, you have some assumption, so then you can get idea why, because data analysis cannot support your hypothesis and your assumption. And then generalizability, I told you, you do the case study, you do the pilot study, or you do the and then you do the research, so you get some idea. For example, exploratory, if you do the new idea and insight. So at the end, you can generalize your idea based on your data collection. And validity and reliability is very clear. Of course, it should be valid and reliable. And both of them happen based on the true data collection and true data analysis. I talk about false assumption and logic leaps. Okay, Mr. Aziz, what do you want about logic leap? Because I talk about it. What is what isn't clear? Which part is not clear? Okay. You see, when you do the research, for example, it should have a process. For example, when you talk about the theory has three variables. You cannot come from one variable to the end. Okay, you cannot talk only about one variable. You should explain about every detail. So you should follow the scientific process. Uh, it means that logic leap. So if you want to move to another step, you should follow in the scientific way, okay? And false assumption, it means that the hypothesis and assumption of your thesis is not true. So after you come to the end, based on your data collection, you can understand that these hypotheses may be not true. So about logic leaps, if, for example, I want to give you an example, all right. What is your topic? Can you give me your topic again? Maybe in your thesis I can explain to you. Mother Regional Hospital. Okay, let me think. All right, let me think and find logic leaps in your. Because now I don't know what's the detail of your research. I remember your topic is about Mother Regional Hospital. Okay, let me think. Then we'll inform you because this example in your thesis maybe takes time that I can find in your thesis. And research design ethics. I think most of the question in chat box about cross-sectional and okay. Let me find. All right. About the T1, T2, and time horizon. I mean, most of the question is about time horizon. All right. Let me bring the example for you after finish the slide. Research design ethics. The research design should not subject to research population, embarrassment, harm, or other material disadvantage. Of course, there shouldn't be any harm or disadvantage of our research in terms of ethical views. This is very clear. So as a summary, today we talk about research design. And then we say that research design process includes two strategies, choices, and time horizon. And for strategies, for choices, we talk about exploratory, descriptive, and explanatory. And also we talk about time horizon, that is longitudinal and cross-sectional. And the main research strategies may combine in the same project, and the opportunities provided by using multiple methods that I told you. You can use one of them or you can mix. And the validity and reliability of results, that is very important. And then when you use the software, the validity and reliability can be measured in your software that you use. Access and ethical consideration again. So about what is good dissertation and okay, theory development. Of course, the good dissertation should have a theory, and then you can develop the theory, and then always you should ask yourself that is this long enough for dissertation? I mean, this theory is suitable for this dissertation, and are you move along the theory and theory testing? And policy evaluation. Of course, you should evaluation and test your theory. If you make some changes in your theory, so historical evaluation is possible if you choose the descriptive, because when you want to describe, you should know about the history of that phenomena. And literature assessing also is very good. Always, I ask you that you do lots of literature, and because by literature you can find the viable strategy, you can find the good theory connection to your research, and all of them can happen only by literature assessing. Not only do the literature. Literature should be analyzed and should be uh, paraphrased by you, that you can get the idea, okay, by assessing the literature. So I put assessing the literature, not only read and read, it's not enough. You should analyze whatever that you read. Okay, I think finish. Yes. Now let me find some example for your question. Any other question? Please put in the chat box. Okay. T1, it means one specific period of time, and T2, it means another time. All right. So when you do the longitudinal design, it means you can extend your time from T1 to T2. It means that your sample, that your same sample, not survey at the one specific time. You can extend it. For example, you do at T1. For example, this summer again, you go to the another year or another time. Okay. So you have two times. You have T1 and you have T2, okay? But in cross-sectional, all the things happening at one time, all right? At T1, not different time. You cannot extend it. All of them happening in a specific time. But the sample may be not same, all right? This is the difference. But if you need the example, I should find some theses that they do the cross-sectional and some theses that they do longitudinal design and bring for you, and I will email to you. So T1 and T2, is it clear now? Who asked me? Let me check. Mr. Nawabi. We put T1 and T2. Why? Because it's two different point of time. You can put TA and TB, for example. It means that two different times. That's all. It's not something. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the difference is like this. I think we do cross-sectional design because I don't know, maybe in some thesis, I think up to now I received the thesis, it's cross-sectional design because they do all of the sample in one time, all right? They don't pass it to the another period of time. So, but maybe in, for example, some scientific, in chemistry, I don't know, maybe chemistry or physics or something that they want to investigate the phenomena, all right? So maybe they need a different point or the period of time. So maybe they do the longitudinal design. All right. About the topic of your thesis, I think Mr. Aziz, Mr. Nur Muhammad, and Mr. Nawabi, all of you finalize your topic, yeah? We don't have any new topics for today that we can discuss. Okay, and how's your research? In which stage are you in? Have you started to write your proposal or no? Okay, Mr. Nawabi, I sent you my email, the email that I answer your question. Have you received it? Okay, good. So I think because around 10 days, yeah, around 10 days we will not have a class, so it's a good time for you, for all of you to do the chapter 1. I mean, you can start to write research proposal, I mean, research question, research objective, problem statement, And then after that, we will have another 3 class, and hopefully we can go to the pre-defense session. Okay, good. Good, Mr. Nawabi. If you can send the chapter 1, very good. And I think I asked you to make some changes because you first you choose 2 topics. Then your question based on both of the topics. Just you should omit some of them and then make it complete and send to me. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, chapter 1 can be around, for example, 10 to 15 pages. It's enough because it only includes background, some introduction, some definition of key term if you have, and research objective, research question, problem statement, that's all. So for chapter 1, it's good if you can submit only 15 pages, up to 15 pages, maybe less than. Draft of chapter. Could you send us a draft of chapter? What do you mean by draft of chapter method? Okay. If you want to know about the research that how should you submit to WWS? What format do we ask from you? All of them I sent to you by beginning of the semester, including amount of pages, all of them. So you can see your email that you received from first of the beginning of this semester, and maybe the number of pages doesn't include because I'm not sure I put it or no, but the criteria is clear. For example, I said that first you should do chapter 1, chapter 2, and what's going on in other chapter. Also, many times I put in my presentation, so go and review, please go and review the slides. I put it in the table of content. Also, I put it. Uh, Limitation. I think it can be from, because it's master degree, right? So it shouldn't be more than 70 pages. The last, I don't give you the last, but it shouldn't be more than 70 pages, I think. At this level of your degree, of your thesis, it should be enough. Because I see the thesis in 70 pages that they are well done and all of the things is included. I think you can the good thesis in 70 pages. So more than this, maybe it's not good organized. Minimum, I cannot give you the minimum because you should start to write, but don't exceed from 70 pages, okay? But how can I say how many pages? Maybe by 50 pages you can come to the expectation of WWS, maybe not, but I think you cannot write the research less than 50 or 40 pages, I think so, but maybe you can do it, I don't know. But the limitation shouldn't be, I mean, you shouldn't exceed of 70 pages. This is important. Okay, any other questions? If you have any question regarding to the slides, because I told you 10 days is a good time for you to review the slides, the presentation, everything regarding to research methodology. So if you have any question, you can ask me via email. I will check my email and will answer your question. In 10 days, just we don't have the online class, but the process of learning is continuing. So if you face any problem in terms of your thesis, topic, proposal, or slides, you can ask me via email. And sometimes you ask me the question in the chat box that it means just you don't know the meaning of the word, okay? It doesn't relate to research methodology. It's not the issue for research methodology, just the English word that maybe the meaning is not familiar with. So because of this, I ask you to go and review the slides, check the meaning, and get the idea. And then if you have any questions, again, come to class and ask me. So that this moment that I present the slide, you cannot get the whole idea. Maybe only 50% of the idea of the presentation you can get at the class. The rest of it remain when you go back to the slide and review them and explain for yourself and see that which is not clear for you, which part, and again ask me the question. Then everything will be clear for you. So in this class, don't expect that I can tell you everything only in 1 hour presentation. Okay, give you all the examples, all the things. Because this is a research methodology class, the first thing it means that you are in the process of research. So you should go and see, find examples. Then in next class you can propose for other classmates also. So please be more active a little bit, okay? Then you can get a more idea about the slides, about the class, and you can write your research easily. I try to find okay, let me write here. So you asked me to send the sample of thesis if I can find, because I should see about the privacy of the and copyright of the thesis that I have, alright? The regulations regarding to copyright and all that. Okay, sample of thesis, alright? I will try to find you and then send to you. And I give you the name of the person, Chat Perry. Let me type in the chat box. If you go and see the Chat Perry information about writing the thesis, you can find lots of information from Chat Perry for how to write the thesis. In PowerPoint slides, you can find the whole article, you can find everything. So if you see, and also I sent to you the PDF file of Chat Perry that step by step it explains that how you can do the research, from which point you should start, how you should be in the process of doing the research. Each chapter includes what part. Also, chapter explain very well, and I sent to you the PDF file of Chatberry. So Chatberry can be a very good resource for you. So based on Chatberry, based on the slides of the class, and also the template of WWF, you can get the whole idea with these sources that how can you write the thesis. Okay, any other questions? Okay, if you have any other question, you can ask me. If you don't have any other question, so we can finish the class. Okay, we will have another class on 11th of March, and after that, maybe we go to the holiday, North holiday. So you can also have time to ask me the question regarding to your topic or the slides or whatever regarding to research methodology in next class also. After that, we will go to the holiday, North holiday for 10 days. So next class also good for you if you have any question for your topic. All right, have a nice week. Thank you for attending the class. Hope to see you in next class. Thank you. Bye.